Hey everybody, and welcome to my Harbor Freight buys for $4.99 or less video. If you haven't seen my other Harbor Freight video masterpieces, click the link below to be taken away to that playlist. Also, be sure and check out my woodworking videos if you care to see some of my Harbor Freight buys in action. Just an FYI, Harbor Freight does not pay me to do these videos, and everything you see, I bought with my own money. So having said that, let's go over what I bought. Let's start things off with the 5.5 by 7.5 foot heavy-duty reflective tarp and the 6-piece camouflage elastic stretch cords. Now in my opinion, these stretch cords are a really good value for $4.99. I use these all the time. I've had zero issues with them and I have no complaints. The only time I've had one of these fail on me was because an animal chewed right through the cord, and that's not really Harbor Freight's fault, so I really can't hold it against them. I have a few sets of these in my truck and a set in my camping tub, and they work great and they've held up well over the past few years. They come in lengths of 18, 24, and 30 inches, and there are 2 of each size in the package. These have a 40-pound working load, and the hooks are vinyl coated steel. So if you're in the market for some new stretch cords, I'd honestly give these a shot because at $4.99, you really can't beat it. Moving on to the heavy-duty reflective tarp. Now, I really like the tarps at Harbor Freight, even the cheap one you get as a free item. I use the free tarps all the time during glue-ups, if I'm painting or applying a finish. I mean, they work great and, well, they're cheap. I use the heavy-duty version as a barrier between the grass and our tent when we go camping, and I've never had water come through. I also keep one of these in my truck in case of an emergency. My father-in-law also has one of these and it's been outside for a few years, covering his wood pile, and is holding up just fine. The corners of this tarp are reinforced, and there's really not much more I can say about this. I really like it, and for $4.49, you really can't beat it. Next up, we have the 100 count vinyl gloves, and I really don't have a reason why I bought them. I've never used them. I'm a huge fan of their nitrile gloves, so I figured I'd give them a shot, and that's pretty much the only reason why I bought them. That, and they were $4.99, so they would fit perfectly in this video. Next up, we have the 6-piece wire wheel and cup brush set, and the free item I picked up that day, the 4-piece microfiber cleaning cloths. First, I'll talk about the wheel and brush set. I bought this set for $4.99 because I really liked how the 3-inch cup brush worked for me, and I figured having a smaller cup brush and 5 wire wheels might come in handy someday. I haven't had any issues with the larger cup brush, other than some of the wires fly out when it's in use. So I highly recommend wearing safety glasses when you use these. These microfiber cloths are becoming my new favorite free item. These are great to use in the shop, and I use them all the time. I use them mostly to clean and apply wax to my table saw, but I also use them to apply finish to my woodworking pieces as well. These are a little on the thin side, but don't let that sway you from trying them out. These normally retail for $2.69. You can usually find a coupon for $1.99. But in my case, I got these for free with any purchase, and I like that a lot better. Moving on to the portable storage case. I bought this because I'm trying to get my shop more organized, and I like how the 20-bin storage case I bought a while ago has been working for me, so I decided to buy this one and give it a whirl. This retails for $4.99, and I actually think that's a pretty good value. The latches engage pretty easy, for the most part. You can remove the individual dividers if necessary. They just slide right back in, and these snap in very well. I'm not sure what I'm going to store in here because the weight capacity for this is only 7 pounds, but I'm pretty sure I'll find something. Well, we've come to the end of the video, and I believe I've saved the best for last. For those of you that do not know this, I'm a huge fan of these Harbor Freight F-style clamps. There are 2 versions, but the one I am a huge advocate of has a blue handle, and the finish on the bar is a matte black. These are the 18-inch F-style clamps, and I picked these up for $4.99 each. I've had issues with the larger ones in the past, so I tend to stay away from the 24, 30, and 36-inch versions. I'm hoping these hold up just as well as the 6 and 12-inch versions, but only time will tell. If you care to know how I make these clamps even better, click the link below to watch my Oscar-worthy performance in my tips and tricks video. In closing, I think Harbor Freight clamps are a true gem, and if you're just getting into woodworking, or if you need a really cheap clamp that works really well, I highly suggest you check these out. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my Harbor Freight buys for $4.99 or less video. I hope you found it useful and mildly entertaining. If you haven't already, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments about what I bought, please feel free to leave those below and I will address those when I can. As always, thanks for watching, and until next week, take care and have a good one.